Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Mr. Robot. Last time on Mr. Robot we had EPS 3.7 _ don't-delete-me.ko, where we were basically dealing with the aftermath of the death of Mobley and Trenton. Elliot tried to go and pay his respects, but Mobley's brother didn't want anyone paying him respects, and Trenton's family was leaving. However, when Elliot went to the beach, seemingly to end his life, he was approached by Trenton's brother, and then just kind of had to deal with him the rest of the episode. But it was a very interesting episode, with basically coming around with Elliot and realizing that he needs to keep going, he needs to keep fighting, keep going, and he did end up getting Trenton's email about how the hack could be undone. So, yeah, that's basically that. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much that. So, we might as well get right into this episode of Mr. Robot. Here we go.
Allsafe officially opened its doors in 2004. We have a relatively small roster, but that way our clients have unprecedented access, our undivided attention.
Well, those are standards E Corp expects from any vendor
look at these
we hire.
three.
Terry?
Regarding our financials, Mr. Colby, this will correspond.
When it all started.
I want the contract executed as soon as possible.
Did he just, Must be the eyes. Angela has very entrancing eyes.
Mr.
Wellick.
Wellick, Mr. I'm sorry if I misled you into thinking that I was seeking your counsel or approval, because I most certainly am not.
Nah. Oh. Back to the house. Man, I hate watching this man get sad. Meanwhile, he's losing it. Jeez.
Mr. Robot. He took over again.
Ah.
They own the FBI. What is he trying to say?
Oh, that's the closest they can
Okay.
communicate.
What exactly did Mr. Robot do last night?
Whoop. Well, that was a good transition.
That's the least they could give me.
Horseshit. You're being added to a collection of puppets.
No puppet, no puppet. You're the puppet.
Wake up! You made a deal with a force that's bigger than you. When the time comes, they're gonna ask you to pay what they feel you owe them.
This is a childish conspiracy.
Childish? Who's the one who said we were gods? Huh? Time to grow up. There are no gods.
Would she want you to be that little bitch?
Oh, shit. Oh.
There you go. Fight!
Ah. It's all his plan.
Tyrone's been missing. I know you want to stop them too before they put you in that choke collar. Unless you're into that sort of thing.
Oh, perfect timing. Saved by the bell.
Oh, hello, sir.
May I come in?
Oh, shit. What's he doing here?
Didn't mean to interrupt.
Nah. Hi.
Good evening, Mr. Alderson.
Right.
Please, join us. After all, you were a part of this too.
Get your hat. What does this hat equate to?
There was never supposed to be a plan B. That was the whole point. This hack was supposed to be all in.
He did it for the reason we need those keys now, in case our revolution failed. We need access to his keylogger files.
The only way we do this is if I go to them. I'll hit up my contact.
We can't trust them. The Dark Army owns the FBI.
How do you know that?
Doesn't matter. Going to them isn't an option.
Yeah. He's trusting Mr. Robot.
Look, kid, I already told you we're done.
Stage 3.
What the fuck is stage 3?
Just do what you do and set the meet with White Rose.
Ooh.
Since when do I take orders from you?
If you don't move on this, it'll be on you to tell your employer why you fucked with with their timeline.
They've mentioned stage 3, right? Haven't they?
Okay, well,
Oh.
how does this work? Is this off the record or am I fucking my own immunity?
Depends.
I gotta use the bathroom.
Wait a second. The song is by Joey Badass? That's hilarious. Oh, okay. Just trying to get the badge number from her.
This is proof. It's finally happening.
Nah. CTO. What he always
We're
wanted.
going back to the way that things should be.
You are an FBI agent, yet somehow I feel like you're the only one I can trust.
Maybe that's because you can.
Wonder if she's...
Maybe so.
You're leaving?
Thanks for the drink and for listening.
Wait. You want another?
She's really trying to get that badge, isn't she?
So you still single? Wow.
Jumping right into this conversation again.
Nah.
I am here merely as a formality, Wellick. Fake a smile and pretend to welcome you back.
And now this is the other night.
You have been appointed CTO at E-Corp.
I don't know what to say.
Thank you.
You coming here in person?
Yes, right.
Yeah.
But you are a mere figurehead I inherited from a deal gone wrong. It happens from time to time.
Just a puppet.
But I wanted you to understand the nature of your position in case you should have loftier designs. There'll be none of that.
Right.
Obedience will be your only task at my company.
What was he just talking about?
5'9". F society. You knew the entire time, didn't you?
5'9", yes.
Stage 2, no.
World catastrophes like this, they aren't caused by lone wolves like you. They occur because men like me allow them. You just happen to stumble onto one of them.
Damn.
I ran the operation. I pushed the button. I am the one.
There you go again. I. Still thinking like a lone wolf.
Yeah.
Can't force an agenda, Mr. Alderson. You have to inspire one.
Yeah. It's essentially what White Rose did.
Nice digs.
Remember, I only let you in because you said you're not into girls.
Duh.
Oh, I said I wasn't a lesbian, end quote. I didn't say I wasn't into girls. Very clever.
Duh.
I take melatonin, but I got it down like 6 of them to even get drowsy, and then
Is it gonna work? Is she gonna get kicked out?
It's cool.
no, it's not.
Might have pushed too hard.
Fine. I'm sorry. It's just... I like you.
You're drunk.
Come on, at least give me more credit than that.
Duh. Figure it out, or is she gonna... Nope, she's gonna go for it. Alright. Put the gun away. Put the badge away. Dang it! Ah! This isn't working properly.
We have to get moving. We're not safe here. I have to warn her. She has to know what they heard.
Who are you talking to?
Just get on the subway. She'll find us like before. She'll protect us.
Does she have her own?
You ready?
Did she have her own? A Mrs. Robot.
The first time you and I met to discuss the E-Corp hack, you said this was a 2-step plan. So I'm sure you can imagine my surprise when, out of the blue, I now hear there's a third.
I thought
So,
they've
Mr.
said
Olsen,
that.
Why don't you tell me
E-coin didn't exist when we first created this plan. Now it's the only thing keeping them afloat. It's becoming the world standard. And E-Corp's entire existence relies upon it.
So what do you propose we do?
If you truly want to end them, eliminating E-coin is the only way.
We're ready.
Who is we?
So this is why you came here.
Oh, jeez. She's so stealthy. Yeah, meanwhile, back then.
You were right.
Nah.
Everything we did was what they wanted.
Welcome to puppetry.
White Rose, Price, their friends. They're the ones we need to take down. We just need a launching pad. Place to begin, dig in, find that vulnerability.
You mean what Angela was trying to do?
The FBI.
Oh.
The Dark Army has a man on the inside.
Oh, he's helping now.
What do you not understand?
There are files in Sentinel that can help decrypt all of E-Corp's data.
Oh.
That means bringing everything back. You guys can personally take the keys to E-Corp and be the heroes. Okay, you can fix everything.
Well.
Isn't that what you want?
I might get
What
to
you've been
her.
waiting for?
Why not take her up on her offer?
Oh, shit.
Get back to your desk and write the 302 explaining your actions minute by minute. I'm assigning Agent Cass to Darlene.
Well, I think she just figured it out.
Border security across the eastern seaboard is restricted to levels we've never seen before.
Hence our extensive payroll. We own mayors, district attorneys.
Damn, it's weird to see her like this.
Presidents!
This is your fault.
Oh, shit.
You blindly indulge all of Elliot Alderson's whims, and it has landed us here. If you listen to me,
This guy's fucking dead.
if you believed in my strategy as much as you did his, we could have avoided this. We had the UN vote these attacks weren't necessary.
Oh, yeah. This freaking glass player is good. Oh, this is when he switches back, isn't it? Oh, his hat came off. What does the hat equate to?
I don't think their target is E-Corp anymore. I think it's us.
Yeah, he's coming
When
for the Dark Army.
Operatives malware copies my file to their command and control server.
Get the fuck back to work.
It'll be queued up for an operator to review its contents. Once opened, my exploit will give me full access to their management interface.
Oof.
Maybe I'm wrong about him as well. So tell me, what would you do if you had your way?
Oh, shit.
And now I own the Dark Army.
Oh, shit.
You remember when you said Elliot would one day follow in the footsteps of his father?
Oh, shit. You're a little close, buddy.
I think it's time he died for us too.
Oh, shit.
该怎么办就怎么办。
Huh. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Alrighty, that is episode 9, the penultimate episode of season 3. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Boy, a lot happened in there. A lot happened. So. Oh, man, where do I even start with this one? I mean, that's just a simple, like, so what do? Kill him. It's just kind of that. It's just, we're going to kill him. All right. So, now I don't fully understand everything. So, I don't fully understand everything that was said with White Rose. The whole thing of, so I guess they don't have I guess it's taking a while for the project to be moved to the Congo. Is that what I'm getting? I think that's it. Is that it's just taking longer than they thought. And it seems, from what... I should look at his name. I keep calling him just Right Hand. What, is it Grant? Is it just Grant? Is that it? I guess so. I guess it's just Grant. So the actor's name is Grant Chang, and his character name is just Grant? Well, that's... Alright. Whatever. Okay. So... So he was basically just saying that because of the martial law put into effect, the contacts for moving the project to the Congo are nervous about it. I guess that's basically it, so that's why it's... excuse me, taking longer. Jeez. Excuse me. So, I guess that's basically it, is that it's because it's taking longer specifically. So yeah, that's interesting. Although it's... hold on, let me just look at it real quick again. I guess it's also because... Not one box even packed. Okay, so I assume that means not one box even packed. That's because the project hasn't shifted at all. So, but I guess the other part is E-Corp. The fact that they can... Let me look at it again.
Box even packed? I suppose there's some banal excuse why a month isn't enough time for those lazy mules to get my project shipped to the Congo.
Border security.
Okay, so it's taking longer. Essentially, the border security is messing up with her timeline. And this is White Rose we're talking about. The timeline is everything.
Border security across the eastern seaboard is restricted to levels we've never seen before.
Hence our extensive payroll. We own mayors, district attorneys, governors, fucking presidents!
The country is operating under martial law. Our contacts are afraid. You've always asked that I be honest with you.
Speak.
This is your fault. You blindly indulge all of Elliot Alderson's whims, and it has landed us here. If you listen to me, if you believed in my strategy as much as you did his, we could have avoided this.
Okay, so it's taking longer than what White Rose wanted. She wanted basically the entire project moved in a month, but that's not happening. And what Grant is saying is, again, I'm still assuming that is his name. What Grant is saying is that it's because of the situation with Elliot, with E-Corp, with everything that's happening in the world, basically, that this... Well, I guess if the United States... Okay, so it's across the eastern seaboard. It's across the eastern seaboard, and if it's going from Washington Township in New Jersey, it's going east? I mean, I guess if it goes east or west, it has about the same amount of... It has about the same length to travel to get to the Congo. Full disclosure, I'm not fully sure on where the Congo is now that I've said that. Should I look it up real quick? Okay. Well, while I look it up, I'll talk. So, the whole thing is... the whole thing he's saying is the fact that... Okay, it's in Central Africa. Okay. So I guess going across the Atlantic makes more sense than going going across the United States, across the Pacific, across Asia, eventually reaching Africa. It would be quicker to go from New Jersey to Central Africa. Okay. So what he's saying is that because, I would imagine because of the attacks in America, it's the border security on the eastern seaboard. I think that's what he's trying to say or what he is saying, is that it's the security along the eastern coast of the United States because there were 71 buildings attacked, which is interesting. So it's very interesting. I would assume then when he says his strategy, he had another plan, basically, that I assume completely did not use Elliot Alderson or F Society whatsoever. So I suppose that's basically it, is that he had another strategy, and he's saying that the reason this isn't working now is because of all the attacks, the state of the United States right now, you know? The current conditions of the United States and the eastern seaboard, it's put everything on high alert, you know? And he also... Hang on.
We are mayors, district attorneys, governors, fucking presidents!
The country is operating under martial law. Our contacts are afraid.
So when he says the country is operating under martial law, I would assume he means more of the United States than the Congo, because we haven't seen anything of the Congo. However, we have seen the curfews in the United States, and the soldiers that are out on patrol all the time. So I assume and after 71 buildings exploded across the United States, that would make sense that the country is on high alert. So, and because of that, the eastern seaboard has been tightened, therefore the timeline doesn't work. But Grant is going to go back to the contacts and get everything cleared away and make sure that this all happens on time. So, okay, I think I got that. It took me a sec, but I got it. He's a little confused, but he's got the spirit. Okay. So, there's a lot to sort of decipher from this episode because I feel like we kind of jump around a bit. So I'm going to try to put some of these together. So we have what Mr. Robot was doing that night, which was he went to Tyrell and he realized that Tyrell is, he said Tyrell is a puppet. And it's only when seeing Philip Price that sinks in for him as well. So yeah, which I mean, it's interesting how Tyrell sort of swaps back and forth, because Tyrell, I mean, he was just, there. He was just an E-Corp person, but then he made his way into F Society, which got him into the Dark Army, and then now it seems like he's going back on it. So he was going to be a puppet CTO, because that was the thing in season 1, he was going to be the biggest, not the biggest, the youngest CTO in the history of E-Corp. But then that title, the title of CTO was given to Scott Knowles instead. But now he is going to be CTO, but he's only there as a puppet, basically to make things look good, but he's not going to have any power. But Mr. Robot is saying that they can use him as an inside man, which is pretty interesting. An inside man basically to take down the Dark Army and E-Corp. So that was interesting, and that's how he knows from Tyrell, because he told him that the Dark Army owns the FBI. And so now they can use that to expose White Rose, Philip Price, everyone. Essentially, it kind of is sort of a plan B on the revolution, It's not taking down E-Corp, but you need to take down the people in charge, And I like that talk between Mr. Robot and Philip Price, where it's like, these disasters, they only... I know I should stop my impression, but I won't. These disasters are only permitted because men like me allow them. and you're still thinking like a lone wolf and stuff like that. My impression gets worse as the days go by. But yeah, so that was interesting. So now it's less taking down E-Corp itself and more taking down the people, which honestly, that's what Elliot kind of learned while he was at E-Corp, you know? He started to learn that while he was at E-Corp too. So that was interesting, you know, because he was like, oh, well, they're evil, but I don't know, are they a necessary evil? And then he started just taking down people on the inside, you know? When, you know, 2 guys weren't listening to his proposals and stuff, he got them arrested by the FBI. So it's less, let's take down, you know, the company, you know? I guess it's more, like, if you sort of compare this to, like, Robin Hood, you know, steal from the rich, give to the poor, and all that stuff, which you could kind of, you know, which is, you know, the classical version, basically, of this story. Now it would be less about taking down, you know, oh, let's take down the court and everything, the you know, the true oppression and stuff, you know, let's steal from the rich, you know, just this anomalous concept called the rich. It's let's go after King John, you know, let's go after this person and this person and this, we'll get rid of these people and then the people will be better off, you know? I guess that's sort of where we are now. Instead of taking down E-Corp as an entity, it's taking down the shitheads at the top, basically. So that's pretty interesting. And then it was after that Mr. Robot told Elliot that the Dark Army owns the FBI, which is interesting. So and that's it's, you know, close. That's the closest they've gotten to communication, basically. So I'm wondering if this will lead up to the 2 of them being able to actually talk to each other again. Maybe that'll be next episode, but I don't know. Because they seem to now be working towards one goal of taking down White Rose and Philip Price and everyone else, you know? So, yeah. And to that end, we have Darlene, who's working on Sentinel, getting the decryption keys from the Romero files, which was interesting. And that whole thing, you know, it pretty much, when she was in the bathroom and she took off, you know, the plaid shirt, I pretty much immediately got like, oh, she's going to try to, like, basically seduce Dom in order to get that badge. And sure enough, that's what happened. It was risky. It was very risky. But she did end up doing it. However, tried to get into that safe, but Dom just Batmaned over to her and arrested her. So yeah, so that was interesting. But now she has told, you know, oh, well, the Dark Army, they own the FBI. And I like that it's basically, you know, yeah, what do they have to lose here? You know, if she's lying, then nothing happens and we just throw her in jail. But if it is something, then that's something. There's nothing you really lose from letting her do this, you know? If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's basically that. So, but with Santiago saying, it's like, oh, we can't do this. We can't just do this. It's definitely, I think, clicked in Dom's head. It's like, oh, he's working with it. Like, suddenly everything is making sense to Dom. It's like, oh, I get what's going on here. So yeah, we'll have to see if Dom maybe goes rogue and gets Darlene to that terminal, gets to those decryption keys. So yeah, she's doing that. Meanwhile, I'm not quite sure what Elliot had to gain by going to... Well, okay, no, he went to meet with White Rose because they got the stuff off of his computer. I assume that's how he was able to get into Dark Army computers, which is how he now owns the Dark Army, through all their computers. I assume that's it. So, yeah. So that's why he needed to go there, and he was bluffing basically about Stage 3. Although it is convincing, you know, that it's like, oh, well, you know, why, you know, he's coming to us with Stage 3, but the whole thing was he was always trying to take down E-Corp, and that would mean now taking down E-Coin, you know? So it works, but obviously Grant and White Rose see right through that. I'm mixing up all my words today, so it's the end of the day, so my speech is starting to degrade slowly. Anyway. But yeah, so that was interesting. We also had Angela. Angela, once again, losing her mind. It happens. So, now here's the thing. She is talking to someone that's not there. So I'm wondering, perhaps it will be her mother, you know? Perhaps it's her, maybe it's her, it's Mrs. Robot, Miss Robot, I don't know. So, but she is definitely talking to someone. I'm not sure, like, I don't know what else to say about that, other than it's just sort of sad to see, you know? But yeah. But at the end, we had Grant saying, well, maybe it's time he dies for us like his father. So we're going to have to get around it. I do like how simple his plan is. You know, it's like, all right, so how are we going to deal with Elliot Alderson? Fucking kill him. There you go. Problem solved. So we'll have to see where that goes. But yeah, I don't know. Now, I'm not quite sure what, you know, like, I understand bringing back, if you undo the hack, you know, if you undo everything, that's one thing. But how exactly that will hurt the Dark Army, I'm not quite sure. We'll have to just see. So, yeah. But yeah, very good episode, and I am curious to see where we are going next time in the Season 3 finale. So that is pretty much it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Take 3. Thanks for watching this video, guys. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around to any of those. There's a playlist for Mr. Robot reactions. There's another video. My speech is really degrading now. There's a subscribe button. There's a Patreon button, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys next time.